Hello out there. This is your girl Destiny, and I am back. Now, last night I did a video that was titled, Are You a Toxic Person? And what I did last night, I explained some ways that you can detect whether you are toxic or not. And I gave you 9 toxic traits. And I listed those traits so you can look at those traits and evaluate yourself to see maybe it's a possibility that you are toxic. Okay? And I'm back. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, Destiny Forever Walks. And my people, how's your day going? That was a kiss from Destiny. Guys, I love you so much. And I'm back. Now, if this is the first time that you have come to my YouTube channel, Destiny Forever Walks, for those new people, you have a personal invitation to come in and sit down with Destiny and watch her videos. So let's pick up this video, guys. It's Friday. Hello, 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 my people. How are you guys out there doing on a wonderful Friday? So let's get started. You can go back and play the video that I did last night, Are You a Toxic Person? And go back and you look at the 9 toxic traits that I listed last night that I talked on. And so now today we're going to move into another part of this video. So what I'm going to talk about today, the title is, Are You a Toxic Person? In the toxic checkbox, how do these descriptions apply to you? Now, I'm going to a more detailed place today to open up more understanding on what I talked about, the 9 toxic traits. So I'm going to a deeper description of each one, okay? So let's get started. And the topic again is, Are you a toxic person? In the toxic checklist, how do these descriptions apply to you? This is posed as a question, and if you guys want to answer that question, hey, you can go and drop your answers in the comment section, okay? But that is a question. So let's get started so you can get into a more deeper understanding. So if you did not recognize yourself in one of those 9 toxic traits above that I gave to you all yesterday, then I will be adding a more deeper description that you may find something more familiar that you can relate to, that will make you see, hey, this could possibly mean one of those toxic people. And then it will help you to learn how many of these things that could apply to your own selves. So let's get started. There is a toxic checklist that I'm going to run off here. So let's jump into this checklist right now. Are you ready, my people? I am ready. Okay, how many of these descriptions apply to you? Now, the only way you can understand this video, my people, you're going to have to go back to the one I did last night when I talked on the 9 toxic traits. 9 toxic traits that I gave. And I just gave you 9 toxic traits, and I did not give you detailed instructions or descriptions. So today I'm going deeper and I'm going to open up this more wider, and so you can evaluate your own self more thoroughly. So how many of these descriptions apply to you? Number 1, listen very carefully. Number 1, when people are with you, they end up feeling worse about themselves because you make them feel guilty. You belittle them, humiliate them, and then you criticize them. And then you blame them for any problems that you have. Do that sound like you? Number 2, you are a taker and you're not a giver. You are happy to enjoy the kindness of others all the time, but you're never willing to offer anything in return. Does that sound like you? Number 3, sooner or later, everything becomes personal to you, and holding a grudge is one of your go-tos. You never apologize for anything, and you definitely don't compromise. And what you do, you use threats to keep people on your good side. Does that sound like you? Number 4, you are not one to take ownership of your own behavior, but are very good at calling out other people's mistakes, their faults, their wrongdoings. You always putting people on the spot to hurt people. And then you use threats all the time to say you're going to do this or that to a person. But you never take ownership of your behavior. But you are so dang on good, people, at calling other people out whenever they make mistakes. And all the time when you do this, you do it with that little snarky, little cheesy cat kind of grin, because you know you're wrong. You know you're dang on wrong. And you always have some sarcasm remark in return. So you know you want to hurt people. So is that you? Number 5, celebrating others' successes is a no-no in your book. Hey, I ain't got time for this person. I ain't even going to give my support to this person. Does that sound like you? Yet you don't support them during their misfortunes either. I don't care if they're having bad luck or they're having some crisis in their life. You don't support or lend no support. You don't even go past their door. But you choose to share their secrets whenever and wherever you possibly can. You got your ears pinned to their door and you listen to everything they're saying, but you don't mind going out telling everybody about their mishaps and their failures, their faults, their mistakes. So wherever you can, grab a secret from them. You got it, but you want to share it. Does that sound like you? And the last one, my people, it's number 6. Others never know when you may blow your fuse. Because you just like click in and out just like that. This is one way you manipulate them. You by using your emotions, your attitudes, and this is your way of controlling the relationship. Does that sound like you? Are you toxic, my people, or not? So, conclusion. If you even fit just part of one of the above descriptions, chances are, my people, that you are toxic. And people do their best to avoid you. And you wonder sometimes, I don't have nobody that want to even come to see me. People don't even call me. You're a toxic baby. They know you. They know you. Even though you run around, you're trying to make them look like the toxic person, but you have a toxicity in your life, and they know. They don't want to be around you. If that is not enough to get away from you, they do anything. Come on, hang out with me. Come on, we all going out. We're going to do this. I don't have time, they will tell you. But when you get them caught up against the wall where they have to be in your presence, and man, every moment they're going to run like hell from you because you're toxic. So I'm going to say it again. If you even fit just one part of the above descriptions that I just called out, 1 through 6, chances are, my people, that you are toxic. And people will do their best to avoid you. If that is not enough to get away from you, then you may never see some of these people again. They ain't got time for your shit. They ain't got time for your, what you call your bipolar attitude and your up and down emotions. People ain't got time for that. So you losing good people out of your life. So what now? Okay? If you are truly upset about being a toxic person, man, then guess what? The first step then is to take responsibility for your past behavior. Because a lot of these things that are triggering, that's causing your toxicity, is things that you have not dealt with in your past. These are things that you continue to hide and cover up, and you don't address them. And you go on in life until something triggers that pain, that hurt, that emotion. And that's when your toxicity starts to show up and wants to run everybody away because you are a hell to deal with. So you got to take responsibility for your past behavior. You have to own what you have done. You have to own up to your mistakes. You got to acknowledge those things. You got to address these things, and then you're going to have to deal with them. Even if you feel like the worst person ever, you're going to have to deal with it. Your mistakes, your hurts, your pain, and then you're going to have to go back and deal with the things that you have caused to hurt and damage other people. So taking ownership of our actions is one of the keys to making long-lasting changes. And people, I tell you, change is not change until it's changed. And you have the power within you to change any situation in your life that you do not like. If there's something that you're in and hey, it's not taking you nowhere, you're not going to a better place, man, people, you have the power to change that. You just gonna have to make up your mind and take a quantum leap of faith. That is not my life anymore. Shut the door on it, baby, and you just take ownership of your actions and you set your plan into a higher, better place. You don't have to remain a toxic person. You don't have to remain living in a toxic life. You have the power within you to change that. So, taking ownership of your actions is one of the keys to making long-lasting changes. And I am done. And the question, are you a toxic person? You don't have to answer that if you don't like, but just a question. My title is posed as a question. So, my guys, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a link in the description box where you can do a quiz. And this quiz is going to give you 10 answers so you can go through and make sure you studied it good before you answer the questions. And it's going to tell you whether you are toxic or not. So take the I Am a Toxic Person quiz, and you will find that quiz in the comments section below. In the description box, in the description box. That's where the quiz will be. Challenge it. Take it. I dare you. Take that challenge and then find out more about whether you are toxic. Then you can change you and stop trying to change other people. My people, I'm done. That was a quick video. I just want to make sure that I went further into detail to explain to you guys about the 9 toxic traits and give you more deeper descriptions of each one. So you can see more of you as I go into further detail as I did with those descriptions, and how many of those descriptions can you apply to your life. I went through 1 through 6. Go back and play the video again. On that further note, my people, I'm out of here, and Destiny will see you at the next video. I love you guys. I talk to you later. Namaste, my people. Thank you for watching this video with me, but mostly of all, thank you for taking the information and applying it to your life so you can become your higher, greater self, the best version of whom the creator of this universe has created for you to be. He didn't create you to be toxic, but you are dynamic, you are powerful, you are more than a conqueror, and you are healthy, whole, healed, and complete. But the choice to remain in that place where he had created for you to be is to claim it and own it. I love you. Namaste, my people. Bye-bye.